Welcome to the 8th video in the bridge design series. This video is about Isopachs. So in this video we'll be looking at and trying to understand what Isopachs are. So Isopachs represent the height difference between two surfaces. In our case that's our design surface triangles and the top of our beam. So if we look in here, the Isopach will represent the height difference between our design surface and the top of the beams. So just to understand that a bit more, we'll have a look at this in cross section. So I'll go to the annotate workflow and I'll do a section call out. Section. So I've generated that section. I'll just minimize that section width to 0. And we'll go and open that section. Let's zoom in and have a look. So that's our section. So our Isopach is a height difference. It's a value that represents a height difference between our two surfaces. So this height here. So let's have a look at our Isopach points that were generated earlier on. So I'll toggle into that model. And we can see we've got quite a few Isopach points that are generated at a grid interval across the beams. So if we have a look at that, it'll look flat, but if we snap onto any of those points and we look at the Z value, it's telling us it's 0.21, which is, 210 millimeters. And if we look in the middle, we're getting heights of around about 270, 280. So if you remember when we created the beam, we had 180 mil deck thickness and 30 mil asphalt. So we should be finding there's heights that are going to be around 210 mil somewhere along the beam. So in this case, those heights are at either end of the beam. That's where our minimum distance is found. Now, these points are color coded, so it gives you a bit of an idea about what's going on. The other way you can do it, you can actually, we can convert these points into a mesh from points, and we won't bother keeping the originals. So that's created a mesh out of all those points. And then we can change the view attributes so that it is actually thematic height. And then that gives us a more detailed representation about what's going on with height. And you can see the scale bar on the right here that's telling us what those colours represent. So you can print that out and convey a message about what's happening with the deck thickness. That's the end of this video. Thank you.